everybody. It's Saturday, 6th of June, the morning of Scottish Championships. Yeah, I've got the time trial. It's 7:33. I've got the time trial at 9, so it's about a 50-minute drive over there, and we're just gonna get out, get registered, and boat. I don't know. I think as long as I'm kind of out there pushing off the pontoon 25-30 minutes before the race starts, then we're going to be good to go. As the event's gotten closer, I've felt more excitement about it and less feeling like kind of excitement build a little bit as I've been getting closer and closer. So yeah, looking forward to it. Just want to go out and give it a good old rip, row as well as I can. I think it's a pretty flat day today, so conditions won't really be too much of a factor, but you never know, and that doesn't matter. So yeah, we got to get there, get registered, and get out in the boot.
So you're doing multiple races? Have you got one shot at this to get this right?
Yeah, it's just so one time trial, and then that decides it goes straight into final. So I'm guessing, I think it's 6 lanes per final, so top 6 go to the A final. I think places 7 to 12 go to the B final, and so on and so forth. So it looks like it's turned into a bit of a headwind. Doesn't really change the plan. I feel like I have something on my nose. I don't know if it's like a scab because I picked it and it's still there. Anyways, doesn't really change the plan. I think if anything, just need to have more emphasis on staying loose and not trying to tense up too much at the front or be in too much of a rush to grab it and just build that acceleration through the back. So yeah, looking forward to it. Got my bow number 89. Did a little warm up on the erg. You never know how good of a warm up you're going to get when you're out there. So yeah. So heading home again. I've got a call at 11:30, which I don't know if I'm going to make it. I might have to come back and take it from the car, but we'll probably have an hour or so to chill at home and then head back here. It'll depend what time my final starts as well, so it might not be too short of a break, but I wonder how fast they're going to be with results. What's up, everybody? We're back at the flat, chilling out. It's 10:20. 15th in the time trial. I think that's staying exactly where I was ranked, so well done to whoever predicted my speed. So I didn't realize the finals are actually 8 lanes, so I'm still in the B final. So yeah, we'll see how the final goes. Hopefully maybe move up some of the ranking and go a little bit faster, but yeah, we'll see. Looking forward to it. I've got a call at 11:30, which I should be able to make. And then yeah, we'll do that and then basically head straight to the park and finish off the racing. I just had the most grim post-race meal. I'm not prepared with food at all. And I only have kind of pasta and stuff like that. And I always find when I'm training or exercising or racing that stuff sits quite heavy on my stomach. So the only thing I could think of that I had that was plain, that was carbs, was just oats. And then this is a Scottish thing, but I just had the oats with water. So it was the most plain thing. But I muscled through because I'm a winner. Got Pop-Tart, nice sugary, carby snack, and then I might have this granola bar. We've still got about 2 hours into the race, so just want to keep the carb stores topped up. It's 11:20. I'm just about to jump on a 30-minute call. After the call, we're going to shoot back over to the park. Shout out Ryan from Rival Kit for putting my pins on.
You're welcome.
My only friend. You want to do a little plug for Rival Kit? Okay. Hey everybody, this is Ryan from Rival Kit. Rival.
Hi everyone.
Tell us about what you guys do.
We make custom unis and also really cute designs.
How much of a discount are you going to give my audience for watching this video and liking it? 50%? 90%? 20%, okay.
I've been, you've twisted my arm into 20%.
Edge 10, edge 10.
Edge 20.
Edge 20, oh yeah, there we go. So we were joking, I don't know if I'm 89 or 68. And I think bow number 1 is maybe like 70 or 69, so I could flip around this way and go off first. What is up, everybody? So today is the Sunday after Scott Champs, and I've had some time to sit and reflect on how the racing went. I was doing some journaling. I was sharing some insight yesterday with our Edge athletes who were showing support throughout the whole way. So for any of the Edge athletes out there, thank you for the support. First off, for the event, just wanted to say thanks to everybody that volunteers at that, and everybody behind the scenes that makes it run so well. I think with my first one, maybe like 10 years ago, it was there was constant, or not constant, but it was running pretty late, pretty frequently, and yeah, all the races this weekend have been on time, so that's a hard thing to do. So yeah, anyways, wanted to thank anybody involved in organizing it, and yeah, congrats to anybody competing at the race, anybody entering it, anybody competing, doing their best. And yeah, especially to anybody that was in the same event as me, the open single where you're in there with all the other juniors and everyone. Just how did I feel about the race? Short answer is I didn't enjoy it. I did not have fun out there. Like I didn't really like it at all. Would I choose to do it again? Probably, and I'm gonna get to that point of like why I would choose to do it again. But yeah, a little bit of background for me. So if you don't know, I was in the GB rowing team. I retired 4 years ago now, and I was kind of left the sport. But it's a whole nother story. But kind of got burned at the end of my journey, and it sounds a little bit melodramatic, but the stress around that last experience I had almost created PTSD like symptoms for me. And again, that sounds, it's a little bit melodramatic because it is just rowing, but I also don't want to downplay it, where I would go back to rowing after retiring and I'd feel like I'd get triggered and I'd feel my stress go up and my mood change. So I had to take a long time away, and recently, the past 6 months, I've been loving getting back into the sport finally. I've been wanting to go out when it's shitty weather. I've been wanting to row consistently, somewhat consistently, which we'll get to. And I've just really been enjoying the way the boat feels. And what I'm currently getting the most enjoyment out of is when the boat's feeling nice and just physically how I feel after being rowing. And it's just a different sort of endorphin rush that you get afterwards. It's nothing like running or cycling or even just weights. And that's where I've been getting the most value out of it. So just naturally, look, I'm a obsessive person. I'm a competitive person. I like to push myself. I like to challenge myself. And I had done a couple half marathons over the past few years, and they'd really helped me increase my motivation for training. So Scott Champs came up. I knew my prep going into it was going to be super inconsistent. I was going to be traveling. I was doing some in-person coaching. We had a training camp. May was the busiest month that we have ever had, which again for me is saying something. Like literally 14-hour days, 7 days a week. It's been fucking crazy. And getting in training around that is hard. And I knew that was going to be the situation going in, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, kind of one rule I have in my life is when I feel resistance, I lean in, because I've always found I've been able to get something out of myself as a person and grow and learn more about myself and how I handle challenges. And that can be technical frustration when you're trying to make a change. It can be a race that daunts you a little bit. It can be pushing yourself harder in the gym or on the erg. It can be anything. And for me, where I felt resistance going into Scott Champs was like, oh, the easy thing here would be to miss this race. The easy thing would be to wait until I had ideal prep. But I was just like, hell nah. Just do it. Just do it and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? And really, like, this is the worst that happens. I just don't enjoy it. So, yeah, I did the race. So the prep for it as well. I was looking back at my Strava, and I've averaged 6K per week for the past 3 months for rowing. So I've still been running, I've still been getting out in boats occasionally, but very, very low mileage and nothing compared to like where I was previously when I was at a high level. And I think that was the big thing for me is like, I want to know like what post-retirement training looks like for me. I think being in the very unique situation, and I know a lot of people have rowed at college, took a break, came back, and it's different. But I do think it is a different thing when you've been at a very high level. You've been at the highest level, and then you come back. You've been the best, pretty much. You've pretty much been the best. And then you come back. And yeah, for me right now, the gist of this is that I'm on a path to discover what that looks like, and I have to do hard things to figure out what that path looks like. And I was wondering, could I enjoy racing having shit prep or no prep? I would have taken shit prep over the prep I had. I think I've answered that question because I don't. Maybe I need to do another one. I don't know. But the other side of it is, will I ever be able to enjoy racing again unless I, commit the way I was, commit to doing, training every day, training twice a day, that sort of thing. So I hope not, because that would mean I probably won't ever be able to race it again and enjoy it, because I'm not going to commit to that level again. And for me, the next question then becomes, and this is basically what we do when we're working with our athletes is, do I now need to just focus on making the most of the limited training time that I have and optimizing that and being proud of that? And again, that's something we're so used to and familiar with that we do with our athletes. And maybe that's just what I need to do if I want to enjoy racing. What I do know is I just need to go out and keep rowing because I like rowing. I like training. I like the way the boat feels. But if I want to get out racing again, I think realistically what I do have to commit to minimum of 3 rowing sessions per week, and maybe a couple lifts and then a couple cross training sessions, and actually do some high rate stuff as well, because that was another thing. I rated 27 throughout that whole race. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty low. The other side of it as well is my motivation is very different. I row now purely for enjoyment of the process and for health reasons, I would say. And to try and be an example for our athletes. And this is a whole part of why I'm being so open and honest, is because this is how I would want our athletes to be open and honest. So yeah, my motivation, like the way I used to dig in before was being able to look back on my training and say I did absolutely everything I could have and live with no regrets. And I can't use that motivation anymore to push myself hard. So I think it's a combination of, even just like how hard I went. I think my max heart rate was like 177 or 178, which is not high. Like my max heart rate's still around 200. I think I hit 200 when I did the half marathon. So yeah, I don't know. I just didn't have that fight there either. And maybe that was, one of our other coaches, Alan, was saying maybe it was because, you just haven't prepared that well and you haven't done any high intensity training, so you're not used to it, or which I'm sure is the case. So yeah, I'm a bit more calm about it now. Look, another side of it, like, I don't fucking like losing. I don't like, that's, as much as I want to say I'm all process motivated, like I'm competitive, like I want to win. Yeah, I was 16th, which is relatively low. So again, fair play to everybody that was there. You all deserved it. And everybody that beat me and everybody that was gunning for me as well. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I don't know. Big first positive is I'm getting closer to answering the question, what post-elite competitive rowing looks like for me. So I'm getting closer. And the other thing I'm happy about, and the big thing I was hoping to lead with example on, is going into a race unprepared. And the easiest thing to do would have been to miss that race. Would have been, you know what, I've done fuck all training, I've done no training, and I'm going to wait until I feel ready. That is the easier thing to do. The harder thing for me to do was to enter that race feeling unprepared. So what am I feeling like right now? Honestly, part of me is feeling that like that competitive itch come back where I'm like, right, let's fucking get on the arc, man. I can do it. Which is a good thing, which is a massive positive. If this motivates me to train more and row more, that's a massive positive. So that might be one thing. That's what I'm feeling right now. Keep following along for the journey. Plenty more ahead of us, plenty more races. I hope you enjoyed this bit of insight. All the best. Like and subscribe. Oh yeah, Sam, my brother, is doing all the sick drone shots today. Shout out Sam. And he's doing the editing as well. So I hope those are pretty cool. I was asking him if he could edit it so that it didn't look like I was in last place all the way. And he was like, no, I'm not that good. So anyways, right, bye.